Hi, everyone. I'm Angela Ervin here with Paula Harvey, our Vice President of the Cy-Fair Houston Chamber of Commerce. And we're here with Deborah Guel, and she is the uh, head of elementary at Aristoi Classical Academy. One thing I really liked about your bio, Deborah, is that you believe in educating the heart is just as important as educating the mind. So that is pretty exciting. You've also been on faculty at the school since 2001 and served at both locations. So you got a wealth of experience. Tell us about you. Tell us about Aristoi and what we should know about Aristoi in our community and educating children.
Okay, great. First, I'd like to thank the Chamber for having me here today and also for participating in our ribbon cutting ceremony back in November. It's such an honor to be part of the Chamber and have you come and show us that recognition. So thank you for that. So happy to be here. I love talking about Aristoi. So Aristoi was first started in 2006. We were one of the first charter schools that the state of Texas allowed to open. And so since that time, we've been serving families in K through 12 in Katy, Texas. And in August of 2020, we opened our first campus outside of Katy here in the Cypress area. So we are now serving about 1,000 students among the 3 campuses combined. So our Cypress campus is located on Perry Road at 12332 Perry Road. We're just west of 1960 and 249. We actually meet on the campus of Crossover Bible Fellowship, and we are so pleased to be here. Our mission at Aristoi is to provide students with an academically challenging classical liberal arts education that encourages them to develop a passion for learning and that gives them the means to become responsible citizens of virtuous character. So that's our mission statement. It's behind me on my wall. It's in all of our classrooms. It's something that we all truly believe in and want to see happen in our students. So Aristoi is a tuition-free public charter school. We focus on classical education. A charter school is just offers an educational option, so a different niche. And so for us, we've chosen classical education. Aristoi has the flexibility to adapt to the educational needs of our students while being held to state standards for academics as well as financial accountability. So we have to meet all of the same standards as the public schools and ISDs in the area. So our classical education recognizes that there is truth and that it's knowable. And at Aristoi, we're proud of our graduates who seek the truth in all things, who understand that learning is a lifelong pursuit, and who listen carefully, reason critically, communicate clearly, and write persuasively. We desire them to be honorable citizens who seek to improve the communities of the world rather than just walking through passively. We desire to cultivate in our students virtues. We have virtue behind me as well, the pillar of virtues that we focus on because we feel it's important to nourish the soul as well as the mind, and those virtues are what nourishes the soul. We aim for our students to be humble and magnanimous in dealing with others. Aristoi uses the trivium to organize learning, and at the elementary level, it's just fact building, and we use a lot of memorization, chants. We just had a community open house. Our first grade class did a poem by Robert Frost that they memorized in 4 days, and they did such an excellent job with that. It's incredible to see it. At Aristoi, we also use primary sources in history. We don't just teach about being good citizens, we teach just about where the civilization started. We start ancient civilizations in first grade and we build on that throughout the years. And we also teach early English, Singapore math, and Saxon phonics. We teach phonics in grades K through 3 here. And we actually have done that from the beginning, and just recently the state changed their standards requiring schools to teach phonics up through 3rd grade because reading scores were just diving and reading ability was just getting lower and lower. And so, but through our classical education, we just stayed the course where other schools moved to the more trendy ways of teaching reading. We kept with the phonics because it was tried and true, and it's served our students very well here. So our teachers, they are amazing, and they all hold a bachelor's degree, and many have advanced degrees as well. For myself, I've been here at Aristoi for over 10 years. So I started, my mom was here first, and she told me I needed to come apply here, and I did, and I loved it, and I've stayed on. She retired here a few years back, but I've remained. So it really has become like a family, and then especially working with my mom. So I taught in another Houston area school for about 3 years, and then lived overseas for a year and came back and began working at Aristoi. So like you said, I joined the Aristoi faculty in 2011. I taught second grade for 5 years, and I served as a team leader for 4 of those 5 years. And then after that, I joined the administrative team at the Haiti campus, and I served alongside the head of school there. I helped with curriculum development, aligning classical education and teacher observations. I also served as the ESL coordinator, 504, which protects students with disabilities, and RTI, which is helps students like that are struggling make a plan for them. I also worked with small groups of kids teaching dyslexia to them, providing dyslexia services, which is really intensive phonics instruction with them. So I've pretty much done it all in my years here at Aristoi. I've been blessed to just learn so much. I also have learned about Love and Logic, which is the program that we use for classroom management. And I taught classes for our teachers back in Katy, and I'm doing that here in Cypress as well. So I held a master's degree, like you mentioned, from HBU, and that has served me well. That was more in classical education rather than traditional education. And I personally love learning. And so I love that I was able to pursue that and able to apply it to what I do here. And so we've started, like I mentioned, Aristoi Cypress in August of 2020, right in the middle of our pandemic. So that has definitely been a challenge. We had already planned to open a second campus, and when the time came, we decided to still press forward. We still had parents who were interested, teachers approaching us about wanting to apply and come work with us. And so we decided to go for it. So I would say that our teachers, parents, students, they're all pioneers, have that pioneer spirit, and they just dove right in. Parents were sending their students here. They hadn't even seen the classrooms. They hadn't met the teacher in person. It was virtually. We had to do all of our recruiting, move that to virtual town halls and different events. We did do a couple of drive-through events as well, and it was so hot doing that in the middle of the summer, but people came and the staff did a great job of just welcoming the community. So since we're here in the pandemic though, we still have closed campus to visitors just to protect our staff and students. And we provide PPE for our staff, and we do temperature checks every morning for our students coming in. So we stick with the strict protocols that TEA and the CDC has put out. So, and we offer online learning as well as an option. Most students have returned to campus. We only have a handful on campus. We currently have, I believe, 82 students, and we were planning for 200 because that was our beginning. We didn't expect to get that, and then especially with COVID. We recently had a community open house, and we had students enroll that day rather than waiting for the next school year. So it's been very exciting what's happening at our campus, and we are so pleased to be in this area. And so I just want to thank you again for having us and letting me share a little bit more about Aristoi.
Wow, Deborah, that's great. You have done so much, accomplished so much at your young age. I bet they're so happy to have you at the Academy and for so long. It sounds like you're really passionate. We loved having the ribbon cutting there and watching those students. It was amazing how confident they were and happy they were to do they did a poem, and I think there was a little song and there were some things. Oh, it was such a pleasure to see how comfortable they were, and you're doing well already. I mean, I know it's a pandemic, but to have 82 students already, keep it up. You're doing a great job. And just tell us how we can help you. Well, tell us how can they apply? Can they go online and do an application or something, or what's the process there?
Yes, thanks for asking that. They can go online to aristoiclassville.org and then click on the Cypress campus from the top. And you can apply for next school year. On February 1st is when we begin taking applications for next school year. We're currently K through 4, but we're going to add a 5th and a 6th grade for next year. So next year we'll be serving K through 6. Our long-term vision is to have a K through 12 campus, what our Katy campus has. And so we definitely want to do that as well. So they can go on, they can apply online. If people want to come this school year, we're still accepting applications for that. But for next school year, that opens February 1st and it closes the end of February. And then parents will be notified by mid-March if their student got a spot. And then if there's a waiting list, they'll be notified of their number in the lottery.
Sounds easy. Well, thank you so much for being part of the chamber, and let us know how we can help you and keep supporting you, and keep us informed. Maybe we can come back and join you in a program or something that the kids are doing sometime soon, we hope.
Yes.
After the pandemic kind of calms down a little bit. So.
Yeah, we'll definitely send an invitation your way. We always do a veterans program. My music teacher, she loves doing Christmas and things for the spring. So once campus opens back up, we'll let you know and invite you out.
Well, we look forward to it. It sounds like a blast. So.
Yes, thank you.